Hello students, welcome to the thermodynamics. In this video, let us discuss the relation between the refrigerator, heat pump and heat engine. Refrigerator, heat pump and heat engine. For constructing the refrigerator, heat engine and heat pump, the atmospheric temperature is the reference temperature. Let this is the atmospheric temperature line. TATM. TATM means atmospheric temperature line. First, let us take the heat engine. Heat engine is a power developing system. This heat engine is taking the heat from the hot source, maybe maintaining the T1 temperature. The amount of heat supplied is Q1. Only a part of heat energy is converted to work energy. The remaining is dumped to the surroundings. That too, the heat is dumped to the surroundings is also called cold source with a temperature well above the atmospheric temperature. The cold source is maintaining the T2 temperature. That T2 is well above the atmospheric temperature. The amount of heat dumping is Q2. Then the energy balance equation for this heat engine is the energy which is entering to the heat engine is Q1. Energy is leaving from the heat engine are Q2, which is dumped to the surroundings, plus work output of the heat engine. That means only a part of the heat energy is converted to work energy. From this, the work output of the heat engine is Q1 minus Q2. Work output of the heat engine is Q1 minus Q2. Now, the performance of the heat engine is measured in terms of efficiency. The efficiency of heat engine, efficiency of the heat engine denoted by eta. Eta for heat engine equal to work output by heat supply to the system. The work output is Q1 minus Q2 divided by heat input is Q1. Here Q1 is the heat supply to the system, Q2 be the heat rejecting from the system. As we know, for the heat engine which is working by reversibly with two temperature limits, maintaining heat is proportional to temperature. Because we got the relation in the last video that Q1 by Q2 equal to T1 by T2, or Q1 by T1 equal to Q2 by T2. Since the for the heat engine which is working by reversibly, which is working with all reversible process, heat is proportional to temperature. It can be also written as heat engine efficiency. Since Q is proportional to temperature, it can also be written as T1 minus T2 by T1, where T1 equal to hot source temperature can also be called as highest absolute temperature, where T1 equal to hot source temperature is also called highest absolute temperature. T2 equal to cold source temperature is also called lowest absolute temperature. That is about the heat engine. Now come to the refrigerator part. Refrigerator part. The refrigerator is working well below the room temperature. This may be the refrigerator location. Refrigerator location. This refrigerator is the power consuming system. It takes the heat from the cold source. It takes the heat from the cold source. We are assuming for the previous case cold source temperature is assumed as T2. That's why let us make the same temperature. Cold source temperature is T2 and the amount of heat absorption from the cold source is Q2. And it is dumping the heat above the room temperature. The refrigerator is dumping the heat to surroundings with a temperature above the atmospheric temperature. Above the atmospheric temperature. Then this is the surroundings. Here surroundings is treated as the hot source for the domestic refrigerator. Assume surroundings are maintaining the temperature T1. To receive the heat from the refrigerator is Q1. So refrigerator is power consuming device. It takes the heat from the cold source with a magnitude QA. This heat taking from the cold source itself equal to refrigeration effect or cooling effect, because once the refrigerator is taking this much amount of heat energy from the cold source, whatever the working material you are keeping inside the cold source are getting cooled. Therefore, this is called refrigeration effect or cooling effect, and it is dumping the heat to the surroundings. Then the performance of refrigerator is measured in terms of a coefficient called coefficient of performance. COP of refrigerator equal to cooling effect by the energy input to the refrigerator. Cooling effect is nothing but a refrigeration effect divided by energy input to the refrigerator is W. Energy input to the refrigerator is W. Now the energy balance equation for the refrigerator is energies entering to refrigerator are Q2 and W. The Q2 with energy which is entering to refrigerator from the cold source, and W be the work energy given to the system. Energy is leaving from the refrigerator equal to Q1. Therefore, work input to the refrigerator equal to Q1 minus Q2, where Q1 equal to heat rejected to surroundings, Q1 equal to heat absorbed from the cold source, that is equal to refrigeration effect. Now the COP of the refrigerator is equal to refrigeration effect. Refrigeration effect is nothing but the amount of heat absorbed, that is Q2 divided by work energy given to the system. Work energy given to the system is Q1 minus Q2. Work energy given to the system is Q1 minus Q2. COP of refrigerator. Assume this refrigerator is also working with all reversible process. That too it is working with the two temperature limits only. For that kind of cycle, heat is always proportional to temperature. For that kind of cycle, heat is proportional to temperature. Since heat is proportional to temperature, Q2 is proportional to T2 by Q1 is proportional to T1. T2 by T1 minus T2. That is the formula to find the COP of refrigerator. where T2 equal to lowest absolute temperature and T1 equal to highest absolute temperature. That is about the COP of refrigerator. Come to the heat engine. The heat engine is working above the room temperature. The heat engine is working, heat pump. The heat pump is working above the room temperature. This is the heat pump. Heat pump is also coming under power consuming device. Remember, refrigerator is for developing the cooling effect, whereas heat pump is for developing the heating effect. This heat pump is taking the heat just below the room temperature, or it is taking the heat from the surroundings. Assume surroundings are maintaining T2 temperature, that is the lowest temperature. The magnitude of heat taking is Q2, and it is dumping the heat to the hot source. Assume hot source is maintaining the temperature T1 while it is receiving Q1 amount of heat energy. Look at the refrigerator and heat pump. Both are looking same. Refrigerator and heat pump both are looking same. But in the refrigerator, we are utilizing this space. Whereas in heat pump, we are utilizing this space. That means refrigerator is for developing the cooling effect. Heat pump is for developing the heating effect. Now, the energy balance equation for the heat pump is sum of the energies entering to heat pump. Energies entering to heat pump are Q2. One energy is Q2, other energy is W. It must be equal to heat rejected to hot source, Q1. That means in the heat pump mechanism, we are utilizing the Q1 as the energy for warming effect, and for the refrigerator, we are utilizing the Q2 amount of energy for the cooling effect. From this, the work output equal to Q1 minus Q2. Then COP of the heat pump. Heat pump function is to develop the heating effect. Heating effect developed divided by work input to the system. Heating effect is developed by Q1 amount of energy, Q1 divided by work input is Q1 minus Q2. Assume this heat pump is also working by all reversible process. That too it is working with two temperature limits. For that kind of cycle, heat is proportional to temperature. Since heat is proportional to temperature, it can be written as T1 by T1 minus T2, where T1 equal to highest absolute temperature, T2 equal to lowest absolute temperature. Now the COP of the heat pump can also be written like this. Look at the efficiency of the heat engine. Efficiency of the heat engine is T1 minus T2 by T1. Whereas COP of the heat pump is T1 by T1 minus T2. Compare these two. Efficiency of the heat engine is T1 minus T2 by T1. Whereas the COP of the heat pump is T1 by T1 minus T2. It means indirectly COP of the heat pump equal to reciprocal of the heat engine efficiency. Very, very important relation. COP of the heat pump is reciprocal of the heat engine. For that, remember, the heat engine and heat pump both must be working with the same temperature limits. One more relation I can write like this. COP of the heat pump is equal to T1 by T1 minus T2. Can also be written as T1 minus T2 plus T2 divided by T1 minus T2. It can be also written as 1 plus T2 by T1 minus T2. T1 minus T2 by T1 minus T2 is 1 plus T2 by T1 minus T2. It is equal to 1 plus T2 by T1 minus T2. Look at the T2 by T1 minus T2 is the COP of refrigerator. Therefore, COP of the heat pump equal to 1 plus COP of the refrigerator. COP of the heat pump equal to 1 plus COP of the refrigerator. That means the COP of the heat pump is always more than COP of refrigerator by unity. This is very important relation. Once again, COP of the heat pump is always more than COP of refrigerator by 1. It means if the COP of refrigerator is 5, COP of the heat pump equal to 6. Now from this the COP of the refrigerator equal to COP of the heat pump minus 1. So COP of refrigerator equal to COP of the heat pump minus 1. COP of the heat pump minus 1. Here a COP of the heat pump. COP of the heat pump can also be written in terms of heat engine efficiency. COP of the heat pump equal to 1 by efficiency of the heat engine. 1 by efficiency of the heat engine minus 1. Anyhow, finally we got the relation COP of refrigerator equal to COP of refrigerator in terms of efficiency of the heat engine equal to 1 by efficiency of the heat engine minus 1. That is the relation between the COP of refrigerator and efficiency of the heat engine. Here important relations are COP of refrigerator equal to 1 by heat engine efficiency minus 1. One more relation, COP of the heat pump equal to reciprocal of the heat engine efficiency. One more relation, COP of the heat pump equal to 1 plus COP of the refrigerator. For concluding all these relations, one thing you should remember that the heat engine, the refrigerator and heat pump, all these three must be working for the same temperature limits. That is very important point. Another important point, assume this refrigerator is kept in a closed room. Assume this whole refrigerator is kept in a closed room. And let us take the domestic refrigerator. In your domestic refrigerator, this cold source is the place where we are keeping the working substances, that is cabin space of the refrigerator. This is the condenser. It is kept at the back side of the refrigerator. Assume in your closed room, the door of the refrigerator is opened. If the door of the refrigerator is opened, even if the door of the refrigerator is opened, remember the room starts slowly warming up only. Generally, students are thinking that once the door of the refrigerator is opened, the room gets cooled. No, it's not cooling, because this cold source is there in your room and this hot source is also there in your room. The refrigerator is taking this much amount of heat from the one location, dumping this much amount of heat another location. But how much heat is dumping? The amount of heat dumping equal to Q2 plus W. This Q2 is causing for developing the cooling effect in your room, but Q1 is causing for developing the warming effect. Since Q1 is more than Q2, the energy causing for warming the room is Q1. Energy causing for cooling the room is Q2. Since the energy causing for warming the room is more than energy causing for cooling the room, therefore the room starts slowly warming up even if the door of the refrigerator is opened in your closed room. So with this, I am concluding the refrigerator, heat pump and heat engine part. In the very next video, we will discuss some important problems. Thank you very much.